So I guess the next thing is, what would your top tips be for anyone wanting to return to exercise?
Yeah, so again, this is really broad and there's so many different scenarios for different women depending on your birth story and your own journey. But I guess the biggest tip, and because of that, is that you should, if you can, see a women's health physio. We are trained in looking at a number of different things that will affect you postnatally. So we want to clear different things like your pelvic floor, like your tummy separation, like your strength, and I guess your general body movement postnatally. A lot of things change when you have a baby, so we want to make sure that you're in a really good position to start your running or your exercise or whatever it is that you want to do. So my number one tip is, if you can see a women's health physio, if you can't access one, reach out to me on Instagram. I know there's a lot of women's health physios out there who are really happy to help. So if there's someone that you know or you've heard of, reach out to them. They tend to be pretty open to responding, so do that if you can. We also offer online consults, so that's an option as well if you can't access one. So that's number one. Number two is strength training is really, really important. So a lot of the time, runners, and I think Elise is a bit guilty of this sometimes, is they don't want to do strength training.
Or you feel like you have no time because you've got a baby and you just want to run.
But babies make really good weight, so use your baby as your weight.
They do.
And like doing strength training is actually going to help you running, okay? It's not going to make you slower, it actually has been proven to make you faster. It increases your running economy by 2 to 8%, which is pretty decent when you're thinking about your running times. It also decreases your risk of getting injured. So if you don't want to get injured and you want to run faster, strength training is really important. So that's the number one thing that I encourage people to do when I see them in the clinic. And that looks like, lots of things like squatting, deadlifting, general lower limb strength in combination with lots of single leg work as well. Cool. Okay. So that's tip number two. I guess my third biggest tip would be, like I said at the start, it needs to be slow. So there's no point imagining that 12 weeks postnatal you're going to go back to what you were doing before you were pregnant, okay? Because your body's been through a lot and it needs time to adapt and to change. So you definitely get back to where you were or to whatever your new goal is, but it's not going to be necessarily in 12 weeks, and there's no set time frame for everyone. Everyone is really different.
Cool, definitely. So I guess women's health physio, strength training, and take your time.
Exactly. Those are the top three.